Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, in our series on the resilient Jenkins, where we're trying to examine what Stephanie and Drew calls resilience. In today's chapter, where it's all about Stephanie Jenkins, the matriarch of the resilient Jenkins. A woman whose life choices have kept her tied to a name that carries weight. From her first marriage to a man serving life. Yes, life, a life sentence for SA, to her current relationship with Drew. Stephanie continues to call herself Jenkins, even though she and Drew are not legally married. This episode isn't about sympathy. It's about choices, identity, and the narratives people build around themselves. Stephanie's first marriage was to a man later convicted of SA and sentenced to life in prison. Now, this man also SA'd his own mother. That's right, you heard me, his own mother. Now, that fact alone defines much of how people view her. The marriage didn't end in a conventional way. It ended in a courtroom with a conviction that removed her husband from society permanently.
Jeremiah's mother, in her declaration to the court, she says that she told Stephanie Thompson about her son's criminal record when they first met, writing, "When Jeremy first met Stephanie Thompson and it appeared to me that they might have a relationship, I felt it was important that I, as a mother, explain to Stephanie Thompson the facts relating to Jeremy's criminal case and that Jeremy was a registered offender, which could be detrimental to her if they continued the relationship. I specifically remember sitting on the couch in our living room explaining the circumstances to Stephanie, at which time she advised me she was not concerned and did not care. Later, Stephanie and Jeremy were married. Their first child was born June 2015. Jeremiah would also confirm that Stephanie was aware of his history, writing in one declaration with help from his lawyer, "Respondent was aware of my criminal record when we were married and when the children were conceived and born, and about my record because she had gone to court dates with me." So even...
And let me give a big shout out to the Cursed Eye. Now, I've got lots of information from that YouTube channel, and also the Resilient Jenkins has a snark page, so a lot comes from that too. So to me, it is crazy to know that this woman did not go immediately and get a divorce. Come to find out, the husband that's in jail for the rest of his life for SA is the one that filed for the divorce from Stephanie. That's right, you heard it. So now we can continue the story and get you guys caught up. So since Stephanie knows that her husband has been moved from society, let's say permanently, she went looking for a new man. For Stephanie, the Thompson name became linked not only to her husband, but to the stigma of his crime. Yet, she kept it. Whether out of habit, defiance, or a desire to maintain continuality, or just laziness, she chose not to shed the name, even when the marriage itself collapsed under the weight of a life sentence. So what did she do? She looked for another man. She found Drew Jenkins. So Stephanie began a relationship with Drew. Unlike her first marriage, this partnership didn't involve legal vows or paperwork. They're not married in the eyes of the law because until recently, she was still married to the man that's in prison. But yet, Stephanie still presents herself as Jenkins. The choice is telling. It shows that for Stephanie, the Jenkins identity is more than a legal status. It's a brand that she's made. It's a persona, a way of anchoring herself in a narrative that she controls. Even without a marriage certificate, she continues to carry that name forward. Now, guys, names, they can be powerful. They carry history, reputation, and perception. So Stephanie's decision to throw away the Thompson name and keep Jenkins, despite the collapse of her first marriage and Drew and her not being married, it's a deliberate choice. It raises questions. Is the name a shield? It's a way to project stability. Is it a refusal to let others dictate her identity? Or is it simply convenience, a way to avoid explaining her past, and hopefully nobody will know about her past? Whatever the reason, Stephanie's resilience here isn't about enduring hardship. It's about controlling the narrative, just like other people we know. Wink, wink. So, guys, it's her controlling the narrative of who she is, even when the facts of this complicated story is just mind-blowing. Of course, the public sees things differently. To outsiders, keeping the Thompson name would tie her to a man convicted of SA. But bringing on the Jenkins name, that, to critics, would look like denial or misplaced loyalty. To others, it looks like just plain and simple branding, a way to keep her story consistent, even as her relationships change. But Stephanie doesn't appear concerned with those judgments. She continues to call herself Jenkins, even as she builds a life with Drew outside the bounds of legal marriage. So, guys, Stephanie Jenkins, her story, it's not about tragedy, it's not about pity. It's about the choices that she's made in life to be where she is today. She married a man who ended up serving life for SA. She later partnered with Drew without a legal marriage, acting like they're still married to go viral. She calls herself Jenkins without even being married. And now her own husband that is in prison had to divorce her because she was too lazy to do it. Whether you see this as stubbornness, branding, or resilience, it's a reminder that there are so many people out here that are trying to make sure they are carrying and they are rewriting their own history to the way they want it to be seen. But guys, this is all about Stephanie. So now, since we've kind of got everything set up, we can start tomorrow talking about the whole calamity of what they call the resilient Jenkins. It is a train wreck that people cannot stop they can't stop watching it. They're just waiting for the crash. So guys, I will see you tomorrow in this next series. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.